Oh, I'm getting sick again. Oh, I feel like my head about to explode. Like pressure. Hey, Carlton. Don't forget to close the door. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Lavonia. Hey, Brittany. Don't forget to close the door when you come in. Is it cold? Or is it me? And y'all come on in for story time. Don't forget to close the door as you come in. So y'all ain't closing the door. That's what we doing now. Happy birthday, Amaya. Do it big. Get chocolate wasted. Hey, Ava. You guys come on in for story time. Welcome to Creepy But True Story Time, where all the stories are true but creepy as hell and involve you guys, family and friends and fans. Yes, yes, yes. Close the door. Thank you, Lavonia.
You know what?
What?
I found out who playing big production in
Ooh.
Brad Pitt.
So he did it.
He did this and he did Fall Mall.
That's what's up. Come on in, guys. I'm going to give you guys one story tonight because Auntie is having a head cold. My head feel like it got so much pressure in it right now, but I'm going to give y'all this story time, and then I'm going to let y'all go. So I'm waiting on everybody to come in and close the door, get everything they need. Yes. So we just waiting on everybody to come in. Hey, reality. Oh, I feel so bad.
He came back.
I know, right? Hi, she. Who is she? Y'all need new names. I'm giving everybody time to come in so I can give y'all this quick little story and dip out. Thank you, reality. I feel so bad though. Hey, Lakeisha. Thank you. That's all right. Try it. Yeah, come on in. I'm trying to wait on everybody to come in. I don't know what's taking so long. Cause Auntie already don't feel good.
This is the show.
Come on in, guys. Come on in. You know what? Screw everybody else. I don't feel good, so I'm gonna hurry up and give y'all this story so I can lay down somewhere. Okay, this story's gonna have reality. Thank you, Jamaica. This story's gonna have reality and Chastain in it. I don't see Chastain here, but I'm pretty sure she'll be a part of the replay game. So, yeah. I don't have none of my moderators in here who are normally here. But y'all know Auntie Cash App if you would like to tip. Help your auntie get some cold medicine. Okay, guys, so give me the thumbs if you guys are ready for story time so I can get it out the way for y'all. Okay, I don't see no thumbs. Come on with the thumbs, guys, so I can start story time. Thank you, Lakeisha. Thank you, Jamaica. Thank you, she who is she. Thank you, reality. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the story. Hey, Lavoya, thank you. Go ahead and give you guys the story. So, I hope you guys like it. Reality and Chastain. I hope you guys like it. Hey, Sequoia. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. Like to hear. Here it goes. Now, Chastain and Reality was sisters. They were like 15 and 17 years old, and Father's Day was coming up. So they wanted to get their dad something for Father's Day. Now they had saved up a little allowance money, not all the allowance money, but a little allowance money to buy their daddy something for Father's Day. But they didn't know what to give him. Like their dad had everything. They had got him tired several years in the past. Didn't want to get him that no more, so they didn't know what to get him. So one day they walking home from school and they noticed that this lady's having a yard sale. So they go over into the yard sale to see if it was anything over there that might look nice for dad. And over in the back part of the corner of the yard where all the stuff is, they see an old gold watch. Excuse me, y'all. They see an old gold watch. Now, Reality picked the watch up and she looks at it, and it's the face of a crow on the watch. And the eyes are made out of sapphire rubies. So she looks at it. She shows Chastain. Chastain, what do you think? Chastain looked at it. She was like, "Ooh, that's nice. We never got there to watch before." So they go over to the lady and they ask the lady how much the watch is. The lady looked down and she sees the watch and she says, "You know what? Free of charge. You can have it." And Chastain in reality was like, "Are you serious?" And the lady was like, "Yeah, you can have it." They were super excited. They didn't have to spend none of their money. They was like, "Okay, cool. We got that like a good gift." When they got him a card and they was all set, ready for Father's Day. So Father's Day come along in their day, and they get their dad to watch. Dad is super excited. Reality and Chastain feel so good. They finally got their dad a nice gift. Something looks expensive. And he asked, like, "Where did y'all get this from? Like, this looks expensive." And they was like, "Oh, we saved up our money and all this stuff." So dad was like, "Thank you." And, Chastain and Reality pat themselves on the back like they did an amazing job. Now, after dinner and everything, everybody get in the bed and go to sleep. The next day, dad gets up and he tells them, everybody that he had like the worst nightmare in the world. He was like, he ain't never had a nightmare like that before. So the mom asked what the nightmare was about. He said, "It's strange." He said, "Because I seen the crow from my watch. Like it was hovering and cloaked in all black, and I could see the eyes were like fire red, and it was hovering over me." He was like, "But I couldn't move and I couldn't get up and I couldn't do nothing." And the mom was like, "That's weird. Why would you be having those type of nightmares?" And dad was like, "I don't know." Chastain in reality was like, "That's weird," but nobody paid attention to it. This nightmare became reoccurring every night. The dad would have this same nightmare. He didn't know what was going on. He kept waking up in the middle of the night screaming, which was waking Chastain and reality them up in the middle of the night. So after this starts to happen, dad telling everybody what's going on. Nobody's really believing, what's going on. They just know he having bad dreams. Strange sounds starts to happen in the house. When you're in a room by yourself, you will hear whispers. Things start to move around the house that was never touched. Remote controls that could be sitting on the living room table will wind up in the kitchen on the stove or something like that. Like they never touched it, but it would always be objects moving around the house, and they would hear sounds and whispers. Now this would scare the hell out of Chastain in reality, so much so that they started sleeping on their mom and daddy floor. Because when they was in their room, they would hear whispering, and they knew what nobody in there, but they would hear it. So it scared them so bad, they started sleeping on the floor in their mom and dad room. So dad wakes up one night screaming at the top of his lungs, "Get off me, get off me, get off me." Everybody else in the room jumps up like, what the hell is going on? Dad is flipping out. "Get off me, get off me, get off me." The mama wake him up like, what is going on, dad? Like, I don't know. The crow was at me again. So it got to a point to where, dad didn't feel comfortable. He felt like it was related to the watch. Chastain in reality kind of felt that way too, because dad wasn't having these nightmares until after they gave him the gift. But the fact that the crow kept showing up in his nightmares, he definitely felt like it was related to the watch. So he decided to get a watch away, try to throw it away. He threw the watch away, and the watch kept showing up. He would throw it in the trash and wake up the next day, and it'll be on the side of his bed, or back on the side of the couch. Every time he got rid of the watch, it would show back up in the house. So he thought he'd try to sell it. So he tried to sell the watch, but every time, he would show the watch to somebody that wanted to buy it, for some strange reason, they would look at the watch and turn around and walk away. Like, they wouldn't even buy the watch. The dad didn't know what the hell was going on. Chastain in reality was like, why don't nobody want to buy this watch? It's a nice watch, but everybody that came to see the watch was like, nope. And they would walk away. Dad didn't know what the hell was going on. But dad said whatever was going on was related to that watch. So Chastain in reality was trying to figure out. They went back to the house that they bought, the watch from, to go talk to the people to ask them what was going on with the watch. So when they get there, they talk to the lady who comes to the door and let her know, look, we bought a watch from here. My dad has been having really not bad nightmares. Can you tell me where you got the watch from? The lady said, oh, it belonged to my son. He passed away, and we was, that day we was selling off his stuff. So basically, they disguised an estate sale as a yard sale. So they was selling off a dead person's stuff. Okay? But told everybody it was a yard sale. Hey, China. Hey, Jasmine. So they was like, what did he get the watch from? And the mom was like, I don't know, but, my son had a lot of bad luck with that watch, and it eventually, killed him. And they like, what the fuck? Reality and Chastain looking at each other like, what do you mean killed him? And she said he was wearing that watch the day he died. The fuck? So, mom was like, I don't know where he got it from, but he was wearing it the day he died. We didn't want it in the house, so we decided to sell it. So Chastain in reality go back to their dad, and they tell their dad, look, we didn't know that the person that owned that watch was dead or died wearing that watch, but I think that's what's going on. The dad was like, I don't think that's it, because the crow keep coming to me. It's not a person. It's a crow in my nightmares, like a big ass bird in my nightmares. It's not a person. So I don't think that's what it is. And next night, dad goes to sleep. Everybody get on the floor, where they normally sleep at. And they wake up in the middle of the night to dad gagging. And Chastain in reality sits up to look over at dad, and they see something big and black, a big black figure holding the dad around the throat. Eyes are fire red, but all they can see is the figure, the fire red eyes, and the extended of the arm towards their dad, who is lifted up off the floor like choking. And when they see it, they scream out, Mom, Mom, turn on the lights. So the mom just jumps up, turn the lights on. When she turned the lights on, dad dropped to the floor. Bloom. Mom, like, what the hell is going on? Chastain in reality like, we saw it. We saw it, Dad. We saw it. And the dad was like, you saw it. And everybody was like, we saw it. But the mama, she still wasn't convinced of this shit. So the dad was like, we got to do something. It got something to do with this watch. We got to do something. So the mom was like, why don't we just reach out to us, the psychic in town? Okay, cool. Let's do that. So they reached out to the psychic in town. The psychic confirmed it was a cursed watch. She said the watch was cursed. And she was like, it's an old watch, and it's cursed. And the only way to break the curse of this watch is you have to find who this watch belonged to and give it to them, or wherever they at, if they dead, put it on their grave. However, say these words and all this shit. So Okay, cool. So the mom and dad, Chastain and Reality, go back to the house where they got the damn watch from and talk to the lady. Lady kept telling them she didn't know where her son got the watch from. I'm sorry. I don't know where my son got the watch from. He just had it on. When suddenly a little boy come down the stairs. And he said, Mama, I know where he got the watch from. And the mama said, what? How do you know? And he was like, he was telling his friends, and I heard him telling his friend where he got the watch from. Where did he get the watch from? He said he got it from the graveyard. From the graveyard, he said, yeah, the watch belonged to somebody that was dead. It was sitting on top of their tombstone. But I mean, it was a gold watch, and he liked it, so he took it. What? Yeah, he was talking to his friend, called a friend by name, and they chastained him like, we need that person, we need that name. We need the number to that person. Like the mom and dad, everybody, like, we need that person. Now we need to speak to them. So the little boy mom calls and asks where her son got the watch from. And he told him about this story of this man named Robert Lewis, who killed his whole family and, eventually killed himself. And it's known that if you take something from his grave, because apparently his family would come put little trinkets and shit around his grave. And the word was, if you took something from his grave, he will hunt you until you die. So the mom and dad is like, are you fucking for real? Dead for real. Where's the cemetery? What cemetery were they at? So the mom get the information. She passes it along to Chastain and them. They jump in the car and they haul ass in the middle of the night. They haul ass to this cemetery. They get to the cemetery. It was hot, like a little summer night. By the time they jumped out the car at the cemetery, wind started picking up, leaves started blowing, wind so strong it could push your ass. Like, wind just came out of nowhere. And they all got like running around trying to figure out, got their phones out trying to see the names on the tombstone to find Robert Lewis. We got to find Robert Lewis. And as they are looking around trying to find these tombstones, this big black figure, at first it started off out in the distance. Like the daddy saw it. Like, do y'all see that? And the mom like, what the fuck is that? And the shit like spread its wings. And the mom was like, oh, hell no. Like, that's what you been saying? The dad was like, yes, we got to hurry up. And it's like they all running around looking at the grave, looking for the grave of the person. Excuse me, y'all. So they all running around looking for the grave of the person. And every time they looked up, this big ass crow was closer and closer. Like this shit would get closer, closer, and closer. So dad he was in a fit, like trying to find this damn grave because he knew this shit is coming. And it ain't coming to say hello. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit gonna hurt us. We need to hurry up. So they all Reality Chastain, everybody running around the graveyard looking for this damn name. And this shit is getting closer and closer and closer. And Chastain screams out, I found it, I found it. Everybody haul ass over to that tombstone. As they run into the tombstone, they look back. This crow getting closer. It's like he's not even walking. This shit is just flashing closer and closer to them. So they hurry up and they run over to the grave. Chastain says, here it is, right here. It's right here. Reality said, Dad, give me the watch. Give me the watch. Dad, give her the watch. Read it. Read it what the lady gave you. Read it. So the dad was like, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till like it's a full moon. They all look up. Moon is full, but clouds is over the moon. So this shit is getting closer and they waiting on the damn moon to shine over on, the cemetery so they can do what they need to do. The lady told them the ritual calls for the full moon. So they are waiting and the clouds are moving so fucking slow. But this shit is like teleporting closer and closer to them. Dad is like, I don't know what we gonna do. Like, he tell the mom, just take Reality and Chastain and take them to the car. Like, get them away, take them to the car. And the mom like, I'm not leaving you. Chastain and Reality like, we're not leaving either. And that shit is like, boom. Now it's like 30 feet away from them and it's just staring. Like, the eyes are just like flaming red, looking over at them. They can't see, they can't make out no features of the face. All they can see is like this big ass crow that's cloaked in all black with these fiery red eyes 30 feet away from them. And this shit is looking at them. So Reality and Chastain like, please, Dad, hurry up, just put it down. We ain't gotta read it. And he was like, the lady said we gotta read it. Like, it's not gonna stop unless we read it. And the shit like, boom. Now it's like 10 feet away from them. And suddenly the fucking moonlight comes out. And it shines right on them and this fucking grave. Instantly the dad started reading that shit. This shit started getting closer. Now it's walking. It's not like teleporting. It's taking steps towards them now. And the dad is reading as fast as he can. Chastain and Reality ran behind the dad. The mama behind the dad. They all like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And this shit is just taking a step closer and a step closer And I stepped close, and the dad's reading as fast as he can, reading. And he gets to the last part, and he finished up the reading, and it's like the fucking watch, like click. You heard, and that shit just like exploded, shattered into pieces all over. Like it shot back at them. Everybody covering their face because the shit like exploded. And when they moved their arm back and looked up, the fucking crow was gone. The dad was like looking at the pieces of the watch, and he looked around the cemetery. Everybody was looking around the cemetery for the crow, and that shit was gone. Like it was gone. They got their ass back in the car. They were so happy that this shit was finally over. They got home. Everybody was tired. Took a bath. Got in the bed. First peaceful night of sleep for everybody. Dad didn't wake up screaming. He didn't wake up everybody else screaming. The whispering had stopped. Everything. And they got up that day and they realized it really was that fucking watch. And after that shit happened, nobody, and I mean nobody in that family has ever purchased anything from a yard sale or estate sale or garage sale. None of that shit. They'll rather buy it. They'll rather buy it straight up. So they have not, done none of that shit no more, buying stuff from other people. No more ever since that shit went down. They are true believers of cursed objects. Cause the dad really feel like that fucking watch was cursed. So they are true believers of cursed objects, and everybody made it out alive. Reality and Chastain is just be careful of the shit you buy from people. Be careful what you get from people. People, energy is a real fucking thing, and transference is a real fucking thing. So people can transfer their energy into certain shit, and you buy this shit, and now you wonder why you walk around the house pissed the fuck off all the time because you done bought that bullshit with that weird ass energy on it. So don't say I didn't warn you guys. I let you guys know off the rip. Don't buy shit unless it come out the store, and even then you might want to be careful with that shit too because you never know where that shit will first. But that was you guys' story for the night. I'm sorry I couldn't get y'all two. Auntie has a head cold. My head feel like it's about to explode, but I gave y'all that story. So I will give y'all next story on Wednesday. Y'all know I love y'all so very much. I have like 2 or 3 more people that I gotta add in story time. Tay Tay, Tamika. I haven't forgot about y'all. Y'all will be in Wednesday story time. But Auntie's feeling like shit right now. And any questions about the story before I let y'all go? Yes, Tay Tay. Yes, you being late. Okay. Thank you, she. Who is she? That's the plan to try to get well soon. I got like this badass head cold. People trying to give me castor oil in this fucking house. Y'all know I don't play about that nasty shit, so. Okay, no questions of the story. All right. Tay Tay, there were no tips tonight, so you don't have to write down anybody's name for story time. Thank you guys for joining me for story time. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all that good jazz. Y'all know my motto: stay safe, social distance, and don't slap the sleeves off a bitch unless she earns it. Bow to the crowd, and good night, guys.